Good day everyone, my name is Ezgu Presike. I am Jess, so I want to discuss about the facts of the brain. First of all, I'd like to enlighten us about the definition of the brain. The brain is a command center for the human nervous system. It receives signal from the body sensory organ and outputs information to the muscle. The brain also has the same size as other mammals such as dolphin, whales, and elephants. Secondly, I'll discuss about the brain's weight. How much does the brain weigh? The brain weighs about 3 pounds, which is 1.4 kg, and makes about 2% of the human body's weight on average. Male brains are about 10% larger than female brains. The average male brain has a volume of 78 cubic inches, which is 1,274 cubic centimeters, while the average female brain has a volume of 69 cubic inches, which is 1,131 cubic centimeters. The cerebrum, which is the largest part of the brain, is located at the front area of the skull and makes about 2% of the brain's weight. So, thirdly, I will discuss about the cells of the brain. How many cells does the brain have? The brain contains about 6 billion nerve cells, which is the neurons. Nerve cell means the cell that carries information within and between the brain to the other parts of the body. Called the gray matter, according to 2012 study published in Proceedings of National Academy of Sciences. The brain also have about the same number of non-neuronal cells, such as oligodendrocytes that insulate neuronal axon with a myelin sheath. This gives us some thin strand through which electrical impulses are transmitted between neurons. Fourthly, I'll discuss about the anatomy of the brain. Anatomy means the scientific study of the structure of the brain. Study of the structure of the brain. So to relate it to the brain is the scientific study of the structure of the brain. The cerebrum, which is the largest part of the brain, is divided into 2 hemispheres. Each hemisphere consists of 4 lobes: the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital lobe. The upper surface of the cerebrum is the cortex. The cortex means the outer layer of an organ in the body, especially the brain. Underneath the cerebrum lies the brainstem, and behind that sits the cerebellum. So I will explain the lobes of the cerebrum. Number 1, the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is important for cognitive functions such as thought, planning ahead, and for voluntary movement. The temporal lobe is important for memories and emotion. The parietal lobe integrates input from different senses and is important for spatial orientation and navigation. Visual processing takes place in the occipital lobe near the back of the skull. The brainstem connects to the spinal cord and consists of the medulla oblongata, bones, and midbrain. The primary function of the brainstem is relaying information between and within the brain to the other parts of the body, supplying most of the cranial nerves to the face and head, and performing critical functions in controlling the heart, breathing, and level of consciousness, it is involved in wake and sleep cycles. Between the cerebrum and brainstem lies the thalamus and hypothalamus. The thalamus relays sensory and is important for motor signal. A sense of olfaction, which is sense of smell. Every system sends information to the thalamus through the cortex. The hypothalamus connects the nervous system to the endocrine system, where hormones are produced via the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland means a small organ at the base of the brain which produces hormone and that influence growth and sexual development. The cerebrum lies beneath the cerebellum lies beneath the cerebrum and is important for motor signal. It plays a role in coordination and balance. So, fifthly, I'll discuss about your brain, your gain. What makes a genius is basically high rate of intelligence. Intelligent brain based on intelligent personality. Men and women who become journeys in their various fields of endeavor never woke up in night and become celebrities. They think over their brain years and years to have the desired result. So I would boldly say that no one is born a genius, but a conscientious and calculated work on one's mind beats a genius. If you are dull because of it, not make use of your brain. If you don't make use of your brain, it will die. If you make use of your brain, it will be better than how it was. The greatest gift mankind ever had is the gift of the mind. So, sixthly, I'll discuss about friends and enemy of the brain. Friends and enemy of the brain means those things that help the brain to function well, which are the friends of the brain, and those things that that destroy the brain, which is the enemies of the brain. Friends of the brain are balanced diet, real exercise, which is physical exercise, and rest and sleep. While the enemies of the brain are excessive television viewing, social promiscuity, and alcohol and drugs. So, lastly, I'll discuss about strange answers to strange questions about the brain. Why does this hair cut not hurt? All our senses are controlled by nerves. So any part of all that have a nerve also have a sense of feeling. So our hair, however, doesn't contain nerves, so it doesn't have a sense of hurt, so it is being cut. The second question is, why do people walk, talk, laugh, etc. in their dream? This is because while one part of the mind is at rest, the other part is active. It is the wakeful part of the mind that has an effect on our sleep. That is why in the study some people walk and talk. So the third question is, why do we close our eye when we are asleep? We close our effort is needed for our eye to be open. The small muscle of the eye, which keeps the lids without realizing they are working. That is why when we get drowsy, we relax that effort. And our eyelid drop because of the weight. So in other words, we can't open our eye when we are asleep because we can't carry the weight of the eyelid while we are asleep. So the fourth question is, why do we dream? Why do we dream? During sleep, the conscious mind which controls our emotion and action when we are awake is at rest. This allows the subconscious mind to express our innermost desire. This allows the subconscious mind to express our innermost desire. The conscious mind still exerts self-controlling influence, so it is able to prevent the thoughts being expressed in the straightforward terms. Then they now become the thoughts we know as dream. So the last question is, why do we cry when peeling onions? The smell, flavor, and stink of our onion comes from an oil content called the allele, which is volatile oil. This, which means evaporates or escapes quickly into the air. This excites the nerves in the nose and the eyes, and these nerves convey messages to the brain to make tears flow quickly to protect the eyes water. So I am done. So what I want to be a doctor that will specialize in the brain and if possible the heart. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks.